Alright, in this video I'm going to teach you about rhythmic sequences. Alright, I got two little simple examples, nothing too difficult. Rhythmic sequences, excuse me. Now, the rhythmic sequence is really a pattern that shows an increase or decrease at a constant rate. And so remember, rhythmic is like adding, subtracting. Alright, so I'm just trying to find a pattern, like how are these numbers are they being added to each other and moved on to the next one, or are they being subtracted? Well, these two are very simple. So what I'm doing is I'm going to subtract these two. I take the second one and I minus the first one, and I see that I have the answer 2. Then I'm going to take the second one minus the next one, and then get 2. So this is going up by 2, this is going up by 2, this is going up by 2, and of course this is going up by 2. So all these are pluses. On the second one, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking 29 minus 33, and I get a negative 4. And then I take 25 minus 29, and I get negative 4. So all these look like they're going down by 4. Now, what I have in the red is called a common difference. That's what that's called. So this is called a common difference. They like to use the letter D for this in the formula, so it's really the D. So we're talking about these guys and these guys. So it could be a plus number, or it could be a negative number. All right, so let's look at an equation. Let's look at a sequence here, and we're going to try to write an equation for the nth term. Nth means like a number value. So, like in this case, I could. I always tell my students that whenever they give you numbers like this, try to make a table out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and make a table out of it first. This is my first number, this is my second number, this is my third number, this is my fourth number. And we can make a table out of this. As you can see, watch how I make this quickly and easy. It's not too difficult at all. These top one will be the x value, the bottom ones will be my y values. Alright, and so what we're going to do is we are actually going to create an equation. Now there is a formula, or really something that we could use, and it goes something like this. It goes a to the nth term, which whatever term we pick, a to the first term plus n, that's the term, minus 1 times the common difference, which we use letter D. Alright, so let's look at this. So A1 is our first term. Alright, and so our first term, which is right here, is negative 12. So we're going to put a negative 12 for our first term. Plus n minus 1, we're going to leave that alone. And our common difference here is going to be a plus 4. Well, how do I know that? Because if I look at this, subtract them, I'm going to add 4 to each of these. So my common difference is plus 4. Alright, so I'm going to simplify this, and when I simplify this I get negative 12. And I'm actually going to distribute the 4 to the n and the negative 1, so I get a plus 4n minus 4. When I simplify the negative 12 and the negative 4, I get negative 16. So this actually becomes 4n minus 16. This is my equation. Alright, so this is the actual equation right here. An, which n represents any term. Okay, what we mean by term is like these guys where the x values up at the top, where I put 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of those are a term. So like negative 12 is a term, negative 8 is the second term, negative 4 is the third term, 0 is the fourth term. Alright, and so we can find any number using this equation for the term. So if I want to know the 30th term, I can put the n as 30, multiply the 4, and then subtract 16, and I get my actual value. Alright, so let's do one of those so we can kind of see what it looks like. Okay, so what I've done is we're still using the same set of numbers and the same the equation that we create everything. Alright, so let's say that I want to say the let's say the 12th term. 12th term. All right, so let's say we want to know the n is the 12th term. A lot of times you could see when it's a to the n, they'll write it a to the 12th. So that tells you that, hey, n is 12, they're looking for the 12th term. So all you do is put 12 in for n. So I'm going to put this, a to the 12th is 4 times 12, which is minus 16. I do my math here, that's 48 minus 16. And so a to the 12th, that is our 12th number in our sequence. And if I subtract these two, I should get 32. So my 12th number is going to be 32, if I did my math correctly. All right? So how can I do, what if I'm trying to find what term is at a particular number? Or otherwise, if I give you a number, what term is it? All right, so I'm going to do another one. Okay, so again, we're using this exact same numbers and everything, same equation. So let's say that I want to find the a number that represents I want to find the term where a number could be located. All right, so let's say that I'm going to go for 20. Let's say that we are going to find out what term will contain the number 20. So we want to know what the term is. Remember, the term is the nth one. So I'm going to say a to the n we know is our actual answer. So we're going to put 20 in for a to the n because we want to know what that term is. So for n, remember n represents the term, minus 16. Now I just solve for n. So I'm going to add 16 to both sides. This is going to be 36 equals 4n, divide 4 to both sides, and as you can tell, n is going to be 9. So that means the 9th number is going to be 20. So this is the 9th term. Alright? And if we were to write this correctly, we'd probably say a to the 9th equals 20, where 9 represents what term you're looking for. So our 9th number is going to be number 20.